If your dog barks with a pattern, don't stop to pack up your things. Just listen. The first time you hear it, you won't even think it's weird. You'll be half paying attention, looking at your phone, maybe making dinner, and your dog will bark. Once, twice, then stop, then bark again. At first it sounds like nothing, but your mind will start picking up the pattern. The spacing between barks, the way it repeats like a steady beat. For quick barks, pause. 2 slow ones, repeat. You might laugh, tell someone online that your dog learned to bark with a beat. But by the 3rd night, you won't be laughing, because the pattern never changes, and it only starts after dark. You'll try to make sense of it. Maybe it's something the dog heard from a toy or a tune from the TV. Maybe your neighbor's dog did it first. You'll make excuses, because that's what people do when something disturbs their sense of reality. But part of you knows it's not an accident. The air feels too quiet when it happens. The dog doesn't wag its tail, doesn't move. It just stands there, chest rising slow, mouth opening and closing at exact intervals. Each bark controlled, purposeful, almost practiced. If you record it, you'll find something worse. Play it back and count the pauses. They're not accidental. The silence between barks creates a second pattern, like something else breathing behind the sound. It's faint, low, almost impossible to catch. But once you hear it, you can't unhear it. A second presence keeping time with your dog. You'll start to see the changes around the house. The lights will flicker, but only between the barks. Small things will shift just slightly out of place, the way a heartbeat pulls your attention when you're trying to stay calm. Sometimes, the sound will echo quietly, as if another dog, far away, is repeating the same pattern. But there is no other dog. Not in your neighborhood. Not for miles. People say dogs hear what we can't. Sounds too high or too low. Some say they react to infrasound, the vibrations before earthquakes, the hum beneath the world. But no one talks about the other thing. The thing that doesn't just make sound, it uses it. It learns your home's echo, its empty spaces and hollows, until every object begins to respond. And it uses the dog as a speaker. When the barking starts, your dog's eyes will glaze over, staring into nothing. You'll wave your hand in front of its face, but it won't blink. It's not looking at you. It's looking through you. The pattern will change slightly, slower, deeper, and when it does, the temperature in the room will drop. You'll feel it in your chest before your skin. A hollow thump between your ribs, matching the pattern. There's a theory no one writes down, only whispers quietly, that some sounds are not just noise, but opening. When a dog barks with a pattern, it's not making noise. It's answering back. Something calls, and your dog, your loyal, clueless companion, responds. Each bark completes a pattern that was never meant to be heard by human ears. If you listen long enough, you'll feel the pattern bleeding into everything. The refrigerator hum, the ticking of your clock, even your own heartbeat will start to match. That's when the dog stops, completely silent, mouth slightly open, ears upright, waiting. You'll think it's over, and that's the mistake everyone makes, because the silence isn't peace, it's acknowledgement. Sometimes, people report seeing shapes in the corners during the silence, not shadows, too solid for that. They don't move normally, they shift like smoke remembering how to walk. The dog will step aside, tail low, still staring at the empty space. It's not scared, it's obedient, and if you try to pull it away, it'll resist. You'll hear a low growl, not angry but forced, as if something's holding it from inside. If you leave the room, you'll notice the barking starts again, but now muffled, like it's coming from the walls. You'll return to find the dog facing a different direction. Its mouth moves, but the sound is delayed, half a second off. You'll swear it's not even making the noise anymore, that something else is. You'll start losing track of time during these moments. You'll blink, and hours will pass. The dog will be in the same spot, the same pattern. You'll find yourself humming it later without realizing. That same pattern, for quick, too slow. Sometimes you'll wake in the middle of the night and realize you've been tapping it with your fingers against your leg, like the pattern lives inside you now. That's when the real changes begin. Mirrors will bend slightly during the barking, not enough to catch your eye at first, just enough that your reflection's mouth doesn't move in sync. Your phone camera will glitch near the dog, showing static shapes almost like ribs, like something trying to line itself up with the dog's body. Some people have said they see faces flash inside their dog's eyes, not reflections, but expressions, like something trapped behind glass. Whatever it is, it doesn't possess the dog. It copies it. It learns its movements, its rhythm, its sound, until the two are identical. When that happens, there's a small window, maybe a few seconds, when you won't be sure which one you're looking at. Your dog will be beside you, breathing gently, but for that brief moment, you'll notice the chest moving on the wrong beat. That's not breathing, that's counting. There's an old superstition passed around by handlers and rescue workers. The kind of warning no one writes down, but everyone whispers. If your dog ever barks with a pattern, don't record it. Don't copy it. Don't talk while it happens. Just stand still and wait for the pattern to break. Because if you speak during it, it hears you too. And once it knows your voice, it can use it. The few who didn't listen describe hearing their own voice days later, faintly repeating the same pattern. Sometimes through the vents, sometimes through their dog's mouth, when it isn't moving at all. You might be tempted to pack up your things and leave. Don't. Movement attracts it. It notices changes. Movement absent. It wants to follow rhythm, not chaos. If you keep your routine, it forgets you. If you try to escape, it remembers. That's why they say, don't stop to pack up your things. Just wait. Act normal. Let it pass through. Some people say it's connected to a certain sound beneath city structures, something that vibrates through pipes, concrete, bone. Others think it's ancient, something older than language that learned to copy communication through patterns. Whatever it is, it's patient. It doesn't need to scare you. It only needs to be noticed. After it leaves, your dog will sleep for hours, maybe days. You'll notice small burns near its ears, like static irritation, sometimes a faint metal smell. Don't touch it. Don't wake it. Let it rest. The pattern drains it, like the sound takes something physical from its body. And yet, even when it's over, you'll still hear faint beats in the house, taps in the walls, clicks from the ceiling, like the pattern trying to rebuild itself. You'll look at your dog and see its ears twitch, the faintest movement of its mouth matching unconsciously. The pattern never really stops. It just quiets down, waiting for attention again. From that night on, you'll never hear barking the same way again. A random sound outside will make your stomach drop. You'll start counting. 1, 2, pause, 3, for pause. You'll tell yourself it's random, but deep down, you'll feel the pattern lining up. The pattern wasn't random. It never was. And if one night you're half asleep and your dog begins again, same pace, same spacing, don't get up. Don't look. Don't call its name. Just listen. Because if you acknowledge it, it will know you've noticed. And if it knows that it doesn't need the dog anymore. Even now, as you remember this story, part of you will start listening differently. The ticking of your clock, the way the wind hits your window, the soft sounds of your house settling. The pattern will surface again in small, invisible ways. For quick, too slow. And the next time your dog barks like that, you'll hesitate. You'll want to believe it's nothing. But a small part of you will already know it's not barking at something. It's counting. And when it stops mid-beat, it's because whatever was counting with it has finally reached the end.